Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Side Hustle Seattle. So today I actually wanted to talk about a program that YouTube has for content creators that you may not know about, and that's called YouTube BrandConnect. So essentially all BrandConnect is a way for content creators and advertisers to be able to connect in a more seamless and integrated way. And it's nice because as a content creator, sometimes it can be really hard to find reliable brands to partner with, especially if you're a smaller channel. And then as an advertiser, of course, you get to leverage the power of content creation and be able to have some peace of mind by it being facilitated by YouTube. So, as somebody who is in the BrandConnect program and has been on it for about 6 months, I wanted to talk about kind of just like what it is, how it works, and does it actually work at all. So, let's go ahead and just get into it. So, we can go ahead and just start with a little bit of history behind it, I guess. YouTube acquired some company named like FameBit back in 2016, and that was the premise of what FameBit did, connect content creators with advertisers. And so once acquiring them, they kind of integrated some of what they had going on into the actual YouTube program itself. And the way that it works, at least from when I joined initially, is it's invite only. So you do need to be in the partner program. So you need to be a content creator who's currently being monetized, that's in the partner program, that meets all the guidelines, et cetera, et cetera. And I'll put some stuff on the screen. And then you can get invited to join BrandConnect. And I think they maybe use some criteria on like, views, engagement, reach, etc., in order to invite you to the program. Now, once you're in the program, then brands can actually see some of your basic metrics, and YouTube will help kind of facilitate them being able to see content creators that they think best aligned with what that brand is trying to accomplish. And YouTube actually handles the complete like facilitation of the conversation in some way. So essentially the idea is that a brand could reach out to you directly and say like, hey, this is, the company, this is the product, this is what we're looking for, this is how much we're willing to pay. And then you on the back end will be able to go into your YouTube account, specifically under the BrandConnect tab, and see any brand that's reached out to you and what they have to offer. And once you read through the terms and conditions, what they're expecting, then you can go ahead and accept or deny the deal from there. And YouTube kind of facilitates it. So they help set up what the expectations are for that brand deal. And then they will also facilitate the payment. So it just gives people some peace of mind and some reliability. They'll make sure the content creator is held responsible and making sure they're delivering on what they need to deliver on, and make sure that the brand pays out and holds their end of the deal as well. So in a nutshell, that's kind of the way that it is facilitated. Content creator, the way that it works is if you're to go to your YouTube studio, so on the website or on the app, then you'll see BrandConnect as an option if it is currently available to you. Now, once you click in there, there's a few things that you can see. So you can just see some basic, help center articles about what the program's about, the general premise of what they're trying to accomplish. You can see a media kit, which is pretty awesome. So it'll tell you some things that you can send to brands, so that way they know kind of what you have to offer. So it'll talk through like your engagement, your reach, your views. It'll talk about your demographics, what people who watch your videos are most interested in. So that way you can just kind of reaffirm alignment. And it's kind of nice because even with brands that aren't directly reaching out to you within this program, a lot of times when I work with brands externally, they'll always ask like, oh, can you send me this information about your channel to make sure it's a good partnership? So this way it's kind of already built for you, and you can just kind of download it and then send it off to whatever brand you want to work with. But outside of that, one of the things it asks you is, how much are you willing to get paid for these partnerships? So you kind of set the baseline. So then that way, of course, if you're way out of budget for a brand, they don't even bother reaching out to you. So you can essentially say like, what is the payment that you're looking for a long form video? What is the payment that you're looking for a short form video? And then you can put that in the system. So that way, if brands are trying to sort and navigate based on budget and payment, they have that information to be able to go off of. Like what YouTube is just generally trying to accomplish with this program, especially as a content creator. Because as a content creator, when you're trying to look to partner with brand, it can be hard in the beginning, especially if you're not a big channel. Now, as a small channel, I will say yes, brands will reach out to you. I'm at 37,000 followers now or so. But even when I had like 5,000 or 4,000, I still got reached out to brands. So it doesn't mean that you won't find them if you're a small channel. It just makes it easier because there are platforms and programs that you can sign up for to help try to get brand partnerships and sponsorships. But honestly, those don't often yield too much. But with that being said, I wanted to talk about, does this program actually work? So I think I got invited to the program maybe like 6 months ago. And at first, I was a little bit nervous about accepting it because, and I don't know if I have a screenshot of the message now, but at the time it said, if you join the program and somebody reaches out to you and says, like, hey, I want to partner, and then you accept it, and then for some reason you have to, like, not follow through with it, I'm pretty sure they said, like, you could be at risk of, like, not being monetized anymore. So I got really nervous about trying to accept this program just in case something fell through and I didn't want my channel to be at risk, but I accepted it anyway. And so since being in the program, I set my payment details as what I normally would do for an external brand partnership. And months went by, heard nothing. And so I was like, okay, is it a pay thing, which wasn't crazy high? I thought it was very reasonable. Or does this program just maybe not yield as much as I thought it would? So I did an experiment and I lowered the amount that I'd be willing to take for any video to extremely low, like ridiculously low, which wouldn't make sense for me to take for a video, and then tried to see what that looked like. And so I think I put it to like $100 for a full form video or a long form video, and then like $50 for a short, which is not what I currently put it at because it's a lot of work to make a long form video. And so even with that, months have passed and I have not been reached out to a single person through BrandConnect. Now that can mean two things. It can mean one, maybe not a lot of brands are set up for it yet. Two, it could just mean that my channel just doesn't make sense for the specific partners that are currently on BrandConnect. Or three, it doesn't work like they intended, right? So who knows? So I wanted to be able to provide that because if you've heard of BrandConnect and you're expecting it to potentially have this huge yield or payout, just know what the experience could be for you. And I'm sure other people have had different experiences. I'm sure there's been plenty of people who have probably been reached out to. But for me, as a smaller channel who has experimented with changing the price that I would be willing to take, just know it hasn't yielded any results for me after probably 6 months or so. But I do think it's an interesting program, and I do plan to stay within it because at this point, might as well see what ends up happening. But let me know what you think of the program itself. If you have been offered to sign up for BrandConnect, are you signed up? Has that actually yielded any sponsorship deals for you? If you are not signed up yet, but you have been offered it, what's kind of keeping you back from being able to sign up for it at all? And if you're not in the program at all and haven't been offered it, would you accept it if they did offer you it? But hopefully you learned something new. Maybe you didn't know about BrandConnect. I'm hoping it becomes like incredibly lucrative in the future. Just wanted to make sure that if you're also considering being in the program, you had a realistic view of how that could turn out, which for me didn't yield anything as of right now. But anyways, thank you so much for watching my video. I'll catch you in the next one.